Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to share this amazing business website with you. This project is built by Nextjs and I'm going to share all of the code related to this project. As you see, that's the header where you can just, if you just hover on that, you see how a slick animation is going on. So whenever I'm now in the home page, so it's selected here. So if I toggle through every pages, if I go back to the about, you see the about is selected, and also in the right side there is a menu over here which can also, you can give it a work. As you see, you can now align here to all your support features and everything. Now in the banner we have one image here, and the left side we have the text regarding that company profile, and in the contact us, if you click, it will directly drag you to the contact segment. So now if I click in the second one, as you see how second one is loaded with a perfectly aligned with that background. As you see, that's super cool. So now that is the segment here for the banner. So if I just go down here, as you see, we can just go through the pick up the domains, choose your hosting. If I click on the hosting, as you see how selected, and this arrow is coming in the website, the same thing, website development, the same thing. And now did you notice one more thing here? Once I just go down, that arrow is coming. If I click in the arrow, as you see how it's coming in the top level. So now if we just go in the bottom, we can just go with our core services. If I hover through, how simply it just giving up that notch effect. And there's the portion where I'm just showcasing the banner portion here for the company's banner. So now this portion is just coming with a little bit design pattern in the left side, the image and the text. So you can just toggle through with your analytics platform or the services you are providing. You can highlight that. Here is the segment where I'm showcasing whatever the technologies we are using, React.js, React Native, Firebase. So it depends on your company profile. And also here the same thing with the right side the image, left side the portfolio, and also if you click in the contact us, it will directly drag you to the contact segment. And here is one of the most interesting one, is the project overview. So the projects you have been done or your company have been done, you can just showcase here. Now what I have been done, as you see, that's the project here. If you click, it will directly toggle you to that YouTube video for that project. And the same way, all the projects, all the 6 projects here available, if you click any of the projects, it will directly go to take you to the YouTube, and there you can see how that project have been made, and you will find all the details in the description regarding the live project, regarding the GitHub repo for this project. Everything, it will be available in this. As you see, if we just go down here, if you go in the description, as you see, you can get the live link. You can get also, some of the time you can get also that GitHub link, so it depends. So now you can have that things done just simply aligning from this video. And later on here we have our footer available here with all the like the logo, contact info, blog contents, and support and downloads. If I click on the arrow, you see it just running over there. Now this website is super responsive. If I just go back and go in the smaller screen, as you see how responsive it is, now I can also go directly over there any of that things. As you see about us, which we didn't create that, that's why it's not going to found. If I go back to the services, as you see the services pages is available. So now if I just shrink it more here, as you see how super cool and how simple responsive is done here, and all the responsiveness is done using the tailwindcss. So let's just study some other pages. What I have been saying about page we have here. So what you need to do here, if we just come over from there, did you see the mistake which we have been done? So that's I'm keeping purposefully, because what you need to do here, now you can come here in the about us segment, you need to change that about us. You need to just simply go and about, it will direct you to the about page. So I'm gonna show you how you can change that one, and there is some of the more challenge for you which we can interact with it, because I'm gonna provide the GitHub repo link, and I'm gonna provide you all the code, everything, all the assets, so you can go and jump over there. I'm gonna show you how can you start, then you can give yourself a try to start. And by the way, this project is live, and there is the video link which I will just keep in the description, by which you will learn how you can deploy that project simply in Vercel. So now let's go back to the about segment. In the services, you see Now, what kind of services you're providing? You see the portfolio making, single page website, chatting app, e-commerce website. Here you the prices over there. In order now, you can directly go to the contract. Now here is a hack for you. You can combine more of the services thing, like whenever anyone want to order, you can generate several order screen for them. There they can directly order with all the alignments. So it depends on you. There is a scope, you can create it. Okay, so now if I go with the design, you see that is super simple, and the animation is happening with framer motion. You can see it. So now in the FAQ, you see the frequently asked questions here. If I click how to order from, you see the thing is here, and also that's simple and easy. As you see, once I just open one, as you see how it's selected and how that color is changed. As you see now is a little bit darkish. If I click here, it's getting yellow, and that one getting white. And how simple is that? But very good here. So now for the blog, I didn't create anything. As you see, blog content will update it, so you can create your blog portion. And don't worry, in that repo later on I'm gonna also push that blog content thing, so you can just go with that and fork it, or just check it later on after a week or two. So you will find also the blog content will be available there. Now in the contact segment, now here you can do more things. If I click on send, as you see, your name is required. Now let's just put the name. Okay, and I'm gonna put my email also. And now this is the test message. So now if I go and send, as you see, whenever the message is sent, you see hello dear, we are taking the name of the person which they provided, and you received your message successfully. Additional details will be sent to you by your email at the email you provided, and our responsible personnel will contact you shortly. Thank you for your time. So now here there is a catch for you, and I'm gonna show you, because this message is just static right now, so you can send it whenever you want to show it there. And also that's my WhatsApp number. You can just feel free to knock me in the WhatsApp if you are facing any problem that you can't hold it back, you having trouble to understand that. Thus I'm just giving you some personal advice, and maybe I can help you to go with along that. And if you're like to build also those kind of projects, let me know also, I can help you with that. So now let's roll back here how you can get that project, right? And before jump on that, please do subscribe the channel and like the video if you are feeling that's really helping you. And please don't be disappointed. I'm not making this entire project from beginning to end, but I'm providing you the code so you can just explore a bit. And if you feel that yeah, you want to go with that, let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna make that project for you also. And did you notice one more thing? That's the header. It's just a plain color matching with that banner. But if I just go a little bit down, how that one is coming black, you see the transition is pretty slick. You see, a simple transition, but it's amazing. Okay, so let's just go how you can get the code. That's the repo you're gonna have. So I'm gonna provide that link also. I'm gonna provide that directly the GitHub segment also. You can go with the SSH, you can go with the GitHub CLI, or you can directly go with HTTPS. That's my favorite. You just need to copy from here. Okay, the URL, it will be in the description. You just need to copy from there. Then you need to just open an empty folder, and please do remember you need to install that Node.js in your machine. So if you install the Node.js, the npm, it will be available by default. So now here I will just open my terminal. Now if you're having problem but how you can start any of the project, like you didn't do it any of the React project, I'm gonna tag some of the videos by which you can know how to install Node.js, how you can start with that Nextjs projects, just to give you some advice of that. So now I need to run one command which will be git clone. Then I'm gonna paste the project here. So that's the link I paste here. Okay, so now let's hit enter. So now that means is start cloning my application. You see, it's cloned. Okay, just give it a time. It depends of the internet connection. Okay, so clone is done. You just can open your project here, and then simply you can go over here, and then you just can open it with the open with code, or you can just run from the terminal to that code dot, it will open also. So if I go with the open with code, so now as you see that project is already open in the VS Code. So now that's the simple procedure you need to do. Just clone it and open in the Visual Studio Code. Now this project which I have been created with PNPM, so either if you're using the npm, so you need to just just delete that one. If you're using npm, then run that command which will be npm run npm I bar npm install. Okay, so that's the first one. Or if you're using the yarn, then just simply run that yarn and also remove that pnpm log.yml. That's it. It will install all the dependencies. And if you're using the pnpm same like me, you just need to go with that pnpm install. So it will be pnpm install and hit enter, and it will install all the dependencies require that project. And now after that, as you see, I already installed the node module. So if I go with that pnpm dev, so that's a similar command for npm run dev, pnpm dev, yarn dev. So now let's just get a bit of learn what kind of packages we use for this project. So first thing first is using the Next 14.2.4, the latest one, and React 18 app. And also we use that headless UI and the framer motion for that motion, and the tailwindcss with the dependencies for styling that. And this project entirely made with, let's see, I think the TypeScript for sure. Yes, the TypeScript. So now let's just go a bit dig down of here. So that headless UI to creating that powerful component here, which is very slick and pretty cool. We use that React icons to get the icons, and tailwind merge to render that class names with for the conditions. So what will be the first and what will be the second. So in that rendering we use the tailwind merge. So now if I just go with that pnpm dev, let's see what kind of things, how it's gonna start. As you see, it started in my localhost 3000. I will just hold the control and enter. As you see now that project, I'm gonna close that, which is not required. So maybe for the first time it can be taking a bit of time to install, but be patient, it's going to install, of course. So as you see, it's compiling here. Okay, already compiled. If I just go back here, as you see, its project it just still loading here. Okay, just give it a bit of time to start. Okay, now as you see, the similar setup, whatever I have here, I have here also. So you can close the live one. As you see, we are now running in the local host. So now what we can do exactly from here, as you see, you can explore. So everything the same which I have been saying to you. So there is one issue we have been faced. As you see in the about us, if we click, it's directing us to one of the page which is not found, is showing here about us, but that should be here as about only, remember. So if we just go back the about, we can find our about pages here. So now that things is coming from header. Now where the header is lying, if I just roll back to here in the UI, so in the UI you can see so many files here. We can go with the header. So now in the header, as you see, there is a lot of you can see a header logo like in the comment section, so you can understand how that project structure is happening and how the code is underlying. So it will be very much friendly to readable. You can go and read perfectly with that. So now we need to go with the menu button. So in the menu, okay, the close header, so it's the show side nav here. Okay, that's the side nav, not the actual proportion here. I believe that's the, you see that about us here. So in here alongside, we just need to remove that us and just to keep it about. So let's roll back to the home, and from here, okay, I think my internet is a bit slow, that's why it's not connecting properly. Sometimes the click is just having some glitch, but for you it may not be. Okay, just give it the time. Okay, yeah. So now if I just click here, so whenever I'm gonna click the, okay, we have the menu. If I click now in about us, you see we are now in about, the similar portion which we are giving here in the services. And again, when you come in the about, it will be the same proportion as well as before. So now that's the way you can just go and create that. And of course the link, it will be the way how we can deploy this website in like in the Vercel or Netlify. I'm gonna provide the link for regarding those. You can go and just find your deployment video and you can start working on it. So now I'm gonna just show you before leaving that, now I'm gonna show you a simple procedure. Now you need to understand how Nextjs work before starting with that project, because this project simply fully done with Nextjs the latest version. So now that's the project setup. So everything is coming here from the source directory, right? So if I just click in the source, that's the assets, all the images, all the icons, it's just providing here. You can see for the pages, images, icons, and also for other images is underlying here. So that's the constants data, so which we use regarding that project data, and also for other data. I think the fake data, FAQ data also is coming from here. Then here we have that our UI, that is simply the components which we are providing here, and all the components you will find. So now most important pages here like the directories here is the app. So that's where all the pages is underlying. So this is the pages, so that's the home pages. You can see the banner and the pick services. So now if you go in the banner, you can see the use client. So by default the Nextjs in all components and pages are server-side rendering. So now whenever I have an interaction, I made it as use client portion. So as you see, I use the use state, so I need to make that use client as I'm using a hook. So all the banner is, all the components is the same parameter, same paraline, but see the page, I didn't make it the client, I just make the client as component. So that's the layout where all the layout is passing with that. Now that's the interjecting layout where I'm passing that header, then is called BTN, and then the footer. So with that portion, like everywhere, you can see that three things in all the pages. Whenever you go in any pages, you will be see that header, you will see the footer, you will see that it's called BTN available, because I'm injecting it from the layout within that root layout here. So that's the global CSS here for just to provide the CSS, and that's passing like our font as Poppins. If you go back to in that tailwind.config.ts, you can find we are passing that background images, and also we are passing all the other properties, screens resolution here. And where is the font? Oh, directly I injected the font from there. You can just keep in line here. So if I just roll back to see what kind of fonts we are running, font details, okay, it's not the tailwinds, it's not the Poppins. As you see, let's go in here. So I'm gonna show you a trick. That's the global CSS, that's the fonts. Poppins should be here, but it's not running the Poppins. But what we can do, we can create that things. So how we can create, let's go tailwind.config. I think the TS file, yes. Now here I'm gonna make that as a font family, and now I'm gonna make a name that body font. So that body font is going to be a font of like Poppins, and or if the fallback, so just directly I'm gonna put that Poppins. Okay, so now I have a body font to play with that, right? So let's go back in the layout. So what I'm gonna do, not that layout, over here in that layout. So no, I think it will be okay here. So let's, here I'm passing that as a primary color. So now let's just roll back to the home. As you see, that's the font which we are providing. Let's see one bit again. Okay, oh, that's the Poppins here. So some pages is not happening. It's because if we go back here, let's see. Okay, or I can just make that font. Oh, okay. You see why it get that? Because I put that body font here, but I didn't interject this font here, right? If I just make that comment, the font, it will not be available here. If I just reload, it should not, you see, it just gone. So that could be a very good things for you. I think it should be gone. Just give it a time to reload. It just loading it. Okay, finish loaded. So now if I just check in the font details, as you see, that's the font sans serifs here. So that's the things which is not happening in the live version, but you can just interject it right now. I'm gonna push that code also, so you can have that. Don't worry about that, but you can go and play around with that. So now if you go in the font details, you see the Poppins is running. So that's the way you can give it more useful things, more more tender touch to create some of the more useful things. You see, now the scenario is totally different because it's running a separate font. So I think if you just explore those kind of things, you can learn a bit from here. So now all the pages here, you see the about page things is coming from here, the blog page is coming from here, contact is here, FAQ here, services here. So everything, whatever I'm running here within the project, you can find in the source, right? So now that can be a perfect scenario, perfect project for you. And again, I'm saying, if you're thrilling for it, if it's giving you interested, please like this video and let me know in the comments if you are just going to get something more like this project. Okay, and don't worry, for some of the people are asking why I'm not putting a more pushing forward of the more of the e-commerce video or some others, as well as, you know, in Bangladesh we are facing lots of crisis here. That's why I'm just keep it in shorts, but in future it's gonna come more and more. Don't worry about it. So you can just start with that project. You can make more explorable it and can learn more about that, and also let me know whatever the projects you want to made by me in future. I'm gonna try my best to provide you. Don't worry, all the things, all the link and URL, it will be in the description. And of course, start with that, and I'm gonna see you in our next video.